슬픈 말은 하지 말아요.
Give me my ID. Take it. He and other boys of his gang laughed at you when you were trying to get your ID card from his hand, which he swung high, which was impossible for you to reach. You should have eaten properly, then you wouldn't have to struggle like this. You again jumped to take it but tripped and fell down while they laughed more hard. Poor Shorty. He sat beside you in a squatting position and started playing with your hair while you tried to jerk his hand. Don't touch me with your dirty hands, he scoffed. What? What did you say? He noticed that he lost his temper and it would be better for you to run away from here. Yeah, hold her. She has started to open her mouth. They were about to grab you when you hit your bag against his face so hard and ran away, taking the chance. Catch her. They all ran after you. You were running for your life because you know that if they catch you, it would be so worse. This is not the first time that it's happening. They often bully you and there is no one to help you because everyone in the university is afraid of them. She's there. Catch her. You look back and your eyes widen seeing them so near to you. Suddenly you bumped into someone and a hope arises in your heart. You quickly hide behind him. What's happening here? Miles and his gang members stopped when they saw Jungkook. They knew they can't do anything in front of the professor. What are you all doing? When will you stop the violent behavior? Jungkook didn't know they bully you. Miles glared at you and walked away from there with his gang. Jungkook turned towards you and noticed you catching your breath. Were they troubling you? You looked at him. You don't want to tell him about this or else he would definitely create a whole drama or maybe beat them. You have no problem with that, but it would affect his image of a professor. You shook your head. No, it was nothing serious. You were about to leave when he grabbed your hand. Wait, why did you have gum in your hair? You touched your hair and he was right. It was Rocky who did that. Are you hiding something from me? You could see tension on his face. No, nothing. And you quickly left from there, leaving him worried. How can you even hide anything from me? You came in the living room after taking a shower and removing that shitty gum from your hair. It's getting too much these days, and if you stay silent like this, they will start bullying you like their other victims. If you are done, then can we eat now? You looked at him and your cheeks turned red when you saw him in a vest. He was arranging the dishes on the dinner table. Where is your shirt? Jungkook turned towards you. It's hot today. You nodded and pulled a chair before sitting on it. Are you okay? You looked at him confused when he asked that out of the blue. Yes, I'm fine. No, you are not. I'm noticing you behaving weird for some days now. Will you please tell me what's happening? Were those rude guys said anything? Why they were running after you? You gulped down and lowered your eyes. It would be better if you tell him everything or else the situation would be more terrible. In fact, he will get mad at you for hiding things from him. Are you really not going to tell me? You lift up your face. Only if you promise that you won't get mad. He frowned. How I'm going to promise without hearing? What if it's something to be mad about? You shook your head. Then I won't. Ryan, stop behaving like a kid and explain. You kept looking at him for some time and lowered your eyes, tapping the spoon on the plate. Actually, from past few days, they are bullying me. What? And you were bearing all that? How can you? They are very dangerous and also they are not afraid of any teacher and anyone because their leader is the son of director of our university. So what? And why didn't you tell me all this before? He was angry and it could be seen by looking at his veins that popped up out of anger. I was afraid, what if he do something and you'll get expelled? He already did that with so many professors. Do you think I care? Tomorrow I'll see all of them. They are the ones going to be expelled from the university. But Jungkook, you paused when you noticed his stare. He was looking disappointed in you also. I never thought you would hide such a big thing from me. It means you don't trust me, right? You shook your head. No, there's nothing like that. Then why didn't I get to know about it? You should have told me all this on the very first day. You lowered your head. I'm sorry. He sighed and shook his head. Just eat the food. You slowly wrapped your arm around him and rested your head against his back as he was sleeping back facing you. Are you mad at me? There was no response from him, making you sure he's mad at you. You pulled yourself more closer to him and rested your chin on his arm. Jungkook, I'm so sorry. For what? You just have thought I'm useless and telling me about your problems won't do anything good, so you remained silent and kept on getting bullied. You shook your head. I swear there's nothing like that. I just don't want to drag you in between this. Those guys are punks. They won't even care that you are their teacher and can also harm you. He turned towards you. I'm a black belt. You chuckled and looked down. He hugged you. Tomorrow I'll show them. Just wait. As you wish, I won't say anything. It's been 10 minutes since the class started. Jungkook was taking the lecture when the door opened and Miles with his gang of 5 entered inside like bosses as if they own this place and can come whenever they want. His eyes traveled to the whole classroom and stopped at you. A grin appeared on his face when he noticed you shifting your eyes. The class has already started. No latecomers are allowed in my lecture, so you all can leave. His voice made Miles divert his eyes from you to him. Is there a rule like this? Yes, just like your face. Other students couldn't help themselves but to laugh, making Miles got angry because it affected his ego. Do you know who you are talking to? Jungkook walked near him and looked him up and down, already downgrading his confidence. Rude student who doesn't know how to talk to his teachers and often forget the time to come inside the class. There's so much that tells you need to learn manners first. Miles coughed. Seems like you doesn't love your job. Don't worry, you won't be here for long. He glared at him and left the classroom with his gang. Jungkook turned towards the students who now were whispering. His eyes met yours and he could see how worried you were. He walked back to his place. Silence. Let's get back to the topic now. In the morning, you didn't get entry inside the campus because your ID card is still with Miles, but Jungkook helped you. Now you are so worried because that guy is literally a monster and can do anything. You fell down hurting your knees as you got tripped over a foot that came from nowhere. When you hear laughter, you lift up your face and saw Miles. Where are you going, Muffin? Did you forget about us? He sat in front of you. It wasn't over yet. See what you have done to my face, he said, showing a cut that was on his upper cheek. You ruined my face, so how can I leave you like this? You gulped and started to slide backward as you remember that he may got this cut when you hit your back against his face. Stop all this and let me go. Let you go? This seems a little difficult, Muffin. It's more fun to play with you, and now you have to pay for what you have done first. He was about to grab you, but you got up and ready to leave. Unfortunately, his gang was standing around you. The hell are you doing? Let me go. Only after we take our revenge. Miles looked at him. Grab both of her hands, he ordered him as you shook your head. Rocky grabbed your hand behind you while Miles coming near you. Stop right there or you have to pay for it. Miles raised his brow. Whoa, what a confidence. Let's see how well I get paid. He extended his hand to grab your chin when he felt a hard punch on his jaw, making him cough blood in one only. You all looked in the direction and saw Jungkook. Rocky quickly let go of your hands as he got scared. He just act tough until Miles is here, otherwise he's a scaredy cat. I guess there's no use of telling you to stop because you don't listen to anyone until you get a hard stick on your backs. Seems like I have to explain it in your language. Did you just hit me? Who do you think you are, huh? He got up and about to punch Jungkook when he grabbed his hand and twisted it, making him groan in pain. I'm your professor here. If you think you can win against me just by using your fake power and threats because your father is the director who probably forgot to teach you some basic manners, then let me tell you that you are delusional. Other students were amazed. They were happy that finally someone has guts to fight against these boys. What the hell is your problem? You yourself is the biggest problem. He looked at Rocky and others who got terrified with his look. Where is her ID card? It's in Miles's bag. Give it to her. He nodded and quickly took out your ID card before giving it to you. Now let's go to the principal's office. I need to report you guys there so you can get expelled. It's been a lot. They all shook their heads. Forgive us, Professor John. This will never happen again. Please give us last chance. I don't want to get expelled. My father would kill me. Don't worry, I'll tell him the reason behind it. He dropped on his knees and started begging. Just give us one chance. We'll never do this again. Please, sir. He looked at Miles, who was still groaning as his hands were still twisted. So, is it only you now? I don't give a damn. You can't get me expelled. Instead, get ready for your transfer. Jungkook twisted his hand more tightly, making him scream. We'll see that. Then he turned towards the group. Now apologize to her in front of everyone. They all looked at you while you at Jungkook. Should I repeat? They all dropped on their knees and apologized to you. He even made Miles to sit on his knees. Now if you really don't want me to break your bones, apologize to her. I would never. He slapped him and now Miles got a little afraid. He got to know that Jungkook is not among those professors who got threatened easily. I'm going to say this last time. Apologize or else. They all apologized to you. Jungkook let off Miles and stood beside you. Now if I see any of you bullying any kid, get ready for something more horrible than this. He turned towards you. I told you to not be afraid of him. Let's go now. You nodded as you two walked away while other students were amazed by the fact that what just happened. My god, that was such a dope. I could still imagine their worn out faces in front of my face. Jungkook smiled. I'm sure you're going to be the hot topic of university for several weeks. That was something impossible to do, and you even made them asking for forgiveness on their knees. Really, I underestimated you. He gave you a cup of your coffee and sat beside you. I'm not easy to get rid of in case you are forgetting. You laughed and shook your head. I'm not. I know how hard it is to handle you, Mr. John Jungkook. Now they won't dare to bully anyone. Yes, and all thanks to you. You were like a hero there. I wish I could tell them that he's my man. He chuckled. You can if you want. Not now, I don't want them to treat me differently, but I can act like I'm your girlfriend. Wouldn't it be fun? He shrugged his shoulders. Your wish. You took a sip but instantly burned your tongue as it was hot. Ah, yeah, what happened? You should be careful. He took the cup from your hand before placing it on the table. Are you okay? You nodded while blowing air. Why you were so careless. He wiped your mouth and get you a glass of cold water. Drink it. Thanks. You felt a little relieved after drinking the water. Is it okay now? You pouted and nodded. He kissed your pouted lips and pinched your nose slightly. Start being careful now. You are not a kid. But you address me as a kid in college. Don't be a hypocrite. I don't see you as a kid at home, Mrs. John. Your cheeks turned pink while he chuckled and walked towards the kitchen.